Hello there. So today we're doing an FPL review of Game Week number 20. But I've got to be honest, right now, my head is absolutely all over the shop. I don't know what to do with FPL right now because, oh my gosh. Okay, so this is a pre-word of warning. Basically, I've got an FPL preview for Game Week 21 coming tomorrow. Watch it at 11 o'clock. But my preview is wrong. My preview is wrong, and because I just don't have the time, I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to change it because I do talk about enough content for each player and blah, blah, blah anyway. So I'm not going to change it. So still give it a watch, like it, and comment it, and you can obviously still see my thinking. And most of that hasn't changed, so it still applies to this game week. But a few things do change, and that is the unfortunate nature of FPL. And the main thing is Harry Kane. Now, I got in Harry Kane ahead of the game against Liverpool, but not for Liverpool. For long term, I wanted to have him in my team all season, no budging. So it was the Sunday night before the start of Game Week 21. I thought, right, Kane is coming in. I don't even care how I do it. He's coming in. So I did a -4 in order for that to happen because it was the only way I could. So I took out Abraham and put in Kane. And then to be able to afford the transfer, took out Cavani and put in Brewster for the bench. Got it done. And what happens? Well, he goes into that Liverpool game with a good chance of scoring. And I'm thinking, come on, mate, really light up my game week. And not till after half-time does he get injured. Injured for 2 to 3 weeks, man. Oh, it's like transferring Kevin De Bruyne before that game against, Aston Villa or whenever it was he got injured. It's just a nightmare. There's so many premium injuries at the minute, and a lot of premiums just not scoring points. So we're going to get into that right now. And I'm going to talk through a little bit of my transfer thoughts right now that might spoil it for the preview for Game Week 21, but bar humbug, it is what it is. So, oh, dearie me. It's actually amazing how few big hitters are basically getting points. Like, oh my days, it is mad. So let me just tell you about that. So just having a look now. I mean, Ilkay Gundogan, can I just say, before I say anything else, Ilkay Gundogan, when Guardiola was asked if he plans to rest him against Sheffield United, he said, no, definitely not. Gundo is going to play tomorrow. So that's another thing to think about for my team, that he's guaranteed and he's on fire, absolutely, like fair play. So yeah, he's another thing that I need to think about. But basically, I just don't know what to do. I literally do not know what to do because there's so many transfers that I could do, but the thing is, right, before this game, well, not before this game, yeah, after Game Week 21, Game Week 20, before Game Week 21, I was thinking, I don't want to take any hits. I don't want to because, I did take a -8 in Game Week 20. It would be nice to just not take a hit, make one transfer like I'd planned. Like I had a transfer strategy of transfers, and I was going to make that one transfer, and it's gone down the drain a little bit because there's Kane now that's gone out and gone injured. So yeah, I just don't know. I just really don't know. There was a thing that I saw where it was like all the different captaincies. Hang on, bear with people. Hopefully I can just find it for you. Hang on. Why is it not coming up then? I don't actually know where it is. It was up here, but now it's unfortunately gone. All right, no worries. That's fine. The point is, the most captained player of all time in FPL for 1 week, Bruno Fernandes, by 2 million people. Madness. And he gets 2 points. I was one of those 2 million, but it was better than captaining Kane. So, obviously it'd be an absolute amazing scenes if I captained Soucek, but nobody's going to do that unless they've, had a bit of a insane period. So, yeah, I vice captain Kane. Thank goodness I didn't captain him, but I did captain Fernandes. 2-pointer, up to 4 points. Way! But let's get through and let's get into this FPL review of Game Week 20. It was a tough week, wasn't it? It was a tough week for a lot of people, to say the least. But how many points did I score in Game Week 20? 60. Not too shabby. You know what? I'll take that. It's decent stuff. A lovely green arrow. And despite the -8, so you could say it was technically 52. At the same time, the point is, it's a great score. It's a great score where a lot of people struggled. And the Kane thing is really frustrating. But at least I, had points elsewhere. And Soucek, Thomas Soucek is a genuine legend. Like, he needs to, just keep this up. But the way he's going, he can get top scorer. Easy day. Any day. No, inside the top 200k though, that is what you love to see from my rank. I'm currently on 186,848. Lovely stuff. Really, really good. I just want to try and get into that top 100k now. My goals keep rising. I keep adjusting them, but that's fine. We want to do something special this season. And 60 points, all in all, is not bad for a lot of a dodgy week for many. So let's go through each thing. So to start off with, my guy Sanchez, the Sanchez clean sheet king. Love to see it from Robert Sanchez. I backed him against Fulham. I actually predicted in my week 20 predictions this would end 0-0, and that's exactly what happened. 90 minutes played, 1 clean sheet, and 4 points because of that. So a 6-pointer for Sanchez. You love to see that. All you want to see is goalies getting your clean sheets. And obviously, I went with Sanchez over Mendy this week. It didn't actually make a difference. Mendy got 6 points as well in the 0-0 with Wolves. But still, it's good to know I can rely on Sanchez if need be. And then Jack Grealish transfer paid off. I mean, the Kane one didn't, but the great Grealish one did. KDB out is always a hard thing to do, but when he's out for so long, it has to be done. And you want to get a very successful replacement, and Grealish with the goal, lovely stuff. So that is what you love to see, and it's another green arrow, which is all we want in fantasy. But yeah, really happy with Sanchez. I mean, his upcoming fixtures, to be fair, are pretty tough. He's got Tottenham and Liverpool, but after that, he's got a decent run of just two 3-rated teams. So Aston Villa and Palace on the FDR ranking. And then he's got West Brom, he's got Newcastle, he's got a nice little run of Sheffield United and Leeds. And as I said, I've got Mendy, so I can always rotate if the fixtures aren't working. And that will probably be a thing I do in Game Week 21. No spoilers there because Mendy's got Burnley. So yeah, it's a bit of a no-brainer really. And then, first of all, Aaron Cresswell. What an absolute legend. He just gets assists so much this season. And he did it again. And how he didn't get another assist against Palace is beyond me, to be honest, because he was absolutely brilliant. So the assist in the game was a lovely one from the free kick, bent in, and Soucek takes it on the chest, and then from that tight angle, that is a brilliant finish from Thomas Soucek. But I was so happy that at the last minute I did that substitution from Smith Rowe onto the bench and Cresswell in. I just had a feeling that I didn't feel comfortable with benching Cresswell this week, and thank goodness I had that initiative and that sixth sense. But at the end of the day, an assist for a defender is always good. Extra 3 points. It's a shame to see him concede 2 goals in the game. A late one from Michy Batshuayi, which put a -1 on his total, but he got a bonus, so it really doesn't matter. Bonus points are lovely, and he does get a lot of those. So yeah, I really have struck out well with Cresswell ever since I brought him in all those weeks ago for that double game week. He did the bits in the double game week. He's doing the bits most weeks. Now, we go on to Ruben Diaz. Man City, again, clean sheet kings. I mean, West Brom was always going to be favourable, but they just didn't really look like scoring, apart from early on in that game where they had the little goalmouth scramble. But Man City are so good from defence point of view, and Ruben Diaz, you know, would have been nice to get an attack and return, mate, but we'll let you off because you've been doing so well recently. And he does face Sheffield United next, which, you know, you could say it's Sheffield United, they're pretty much the worst team in the league, or you could say they've just beaten Manchester United. They could be one of the most confident teams in the league, but no, it's fine. That should stay as it is, and it should be a clean sheet for him. But yeah, very happy with that from Diaz. And then 6 as well for John Stones. Exactly the same thing to say, really. John Stones, absolute legend of this team. He's just got such consistent points. So the last time he got less than 2 points, which, you know, when you think about it, that Chelsea game away from home, how he didn't get a clean sheet in that, I'll never know. But the last time he got less than 2 points was that game against West Brom in the reverse fixture where they drew 1-1. And that's only because he wasn't played. So, you know, when he plays, he gets points. So he's an absolute legend at this point. And the other legend of my team in defence, of course, is Stuart Dallas. And he's done so many great things for me this season. Goals, assists. Leeds, though, have been a bit of a rough team in the last few weeks. Their results haven't gone the way that Marcelo Bielsa would want. And Dallas hasn't really had the attacking, quality as much. But he's still a threat. And Newcastle game was a game you'd fancy a clean sheet. It seems that I cursed him with that because I was so confident of it. Didn't happen, but, 2 points. We'll move on, really, and hope for better things in the next game week. But he does face Leicester City, which is a tough one. So, I'll think about that one. Then we've got Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish, 8-pointer. Come on now. That's just what you love to see when you transfer in a player. You just hope they score. And the bonus as well to top it off, really, was lovely. It was a very good goal from Aston Villa. The team build up, the pullback, and then just sliding in to beat the hopeless Nick Pope. But fair play to Burnley. They turned it around. And Grealish will feel a bit, disheartened because he nearly scored in the build up to when he scored. He nearly scored one of the goals of the season. He dribbled through pretty much that whole Burnley team. And then his shot was saved. So, yeah, he's a very good player for Villa. He gets involved in so much of their goals, and that's why he's such a good FPL asset. But I think his performance didn't warrant that loss, really. Villa will be absolutely shell-shocked they managed to bottle that one. But fair play to Burnley, We always criticise them as a bad team to watch, and I've done it in the past. I remember that WD18 review of Watford 0, Burnley 3, and I basically said, we know how Burnley are going to play. It's not attractive. It's not effective. But today it was. And I take back those comments because it is effective. And actually, Burnley fans, they might say, all right, it's not fun to watch. But it gets them wins. It gets them wins. And it's those kind of 3-2 wins that you get in the last seconds. And it's like a smash and grab that actually makes football the most exciting. And it's probably the best thing for fans. So fair play. You've been doing well over the seasons. But Grealish, still a lovely 8-pointer, is what you love to see in midfield. Now the captain. Now, the captain culprit, I'm not happy with you, mate. I'm really not. This was a game that you thought was going to be points galore for Bruno Fernandes. A few people triple captain, so, if you did, I really feel commiserations for you. I didn't do it because it wasn't a double game week. You always got to wait for the double game week. And there's not going to apparently be too many of those to go. So got to think about that. But, in an ideal world, you do all your chips in the triple in the double game weeks, but you can't sometimes do that. So we'll think about that when it comes to it. But that's far off. The point is, it was a good week, and Bruno was kind of one of the problems with the week. It's just he was really quiet in the game, and he was kind of trying to make things happen. But I think the fact that Paul Pogba's been playing so well, maybe that's kind of hindered him a little bit. Pogba's getting goals from that slightly more attacking position, then Bruno had to drop back. And now we've got a frozen screen. Great. So as soon as Bruno drops back, the screen drops off, but, is what it is. So yeah, obviously it's never nice to see 4 points for a captain, but that whole Man United team had an absolute nightmare against the Blades, and it's one of those you just got to take it on the chin and hope it never happens again. But I think Man United surely will respond to that. They have got a hard game, though, at the Emirates. So we'll see how that one stirs up. But the next thing is to mention the absolute legend of this week for my team. It's Thomas Soucek. What a legend. And I had a feeling that playing all three West Ham players this week against Palace was going to do well. And I was like, I'm not even joking. I was about 30, 40 minutes into that Palace game. Looked on FPL. I was like, oh, okay. I wonder how many points I'm on. And I see that Antonio, Soucek, and Cresswell have all got returns. I mean, that's just amazing. But the main man was Soucek and got the first goal from that classic Fellaini-like header. I mean, he just lunges himself at it and just is so good in the air. 3 bonus points. Lovely stuff. And for a defensive midfielder, which is basically what he is, he's such a threat on goal. He's adapted that position now, and he's just playing such nice football. So, yeah, amazing stuff. 15-pointer. You love to see it. And people that say, oh, I don't know what to do with Soucek. I always bench him. I shouldn't bench him, or should I sell him? The simple answer is either you sell him or you play him. You do not bench him because he gets points. Like, maybe there'll be the odd occasional week that he lets you down, like in the double game week. But you live for those and you carry on because you know eventually he's going to get a big haul. So, amazing stuff. 15-pointer. Absolutely delicious. And I'm hoping he can maybe cause a shock against Liverpool. We'll see. But the next player to talk about is Mohamed Salah. Now, Mohamed Salah, he's becoming a bit of a frustration, isn't he? He is Mohamed Salah, and we can't forget that. But Liverpool are still a team that have a way to go. Obviously, that win against Spurs just showed them, they're still a good team. We shouldn't necessarily write them off. They're still probably the ones you'd say that, along with Man City, will fight for this title. But in the big games, away from home, they can be good on the break, and we saw that with goals from Trent, Firmino and Mane. But when you score 3 goals away from home, you want one of those goals to be involved with Salah, and Salah did score. That was the frustrating thing. He was robbed, really, of a goal that I don't think Firmino could have done a lot about. He's so close to it, and it comes off his hand, gets disallowed by VAR, and, that could have been a great haul for Salah. But at the end of the day, Salah is Salah, so he might come back to bite you if you sell him. So I'm going to keep him, going to just feel this one out and see what happens. He's got an unfortunate game against Man City, but he does often score against them, so hold tight with that. But Liverpool will eventually get back to their fully functioning themselves, and I think that win showed they have still got very much stuff left in the tank. So yeah, I think Salah is a disappointment, obviously, to get 2 points, but Salah is Salah, so we're going to keep on calm with that. And then the front two had mixed success. Well, I say mixed success. It was basically generally a bit of a nightmare for both my front two, in the fact that Antonio should have scored so many more points than he did. But at the end of the day, he got an assist, and that was an absolute genius assist from Mikel Antonio. I mean, the angle that Fornals gives Antonio is so tough, and he finds a way to flick it over his head, acrobatically to Soucek to header that ball in. Brilliant play from Antonio. And then you feel with an assist like that, you deserve a goal for yourself. And he just wasn't getting the luck. It just wasn't his day. And, we've got to just look at that and think it could have been so much more. So you got to keep on tight and keep waiting for future games for him to get big hauls. Because he hit the post twice. He had a few chances where he easily could have scored if it wasn't for Vicente Guaita. So, yeah, very unlucky, but still 5 points for an attacker. Not too bad. And an attacker at the price that Antonio is, he's getting a lot of points. 6.4 million. Great transfer in for the double game week. And it's funny, really, because when you think about it, I guess you could say that the likes of maybe Soucek and Antonio have kind of swapped roles in the last few weeks. Soucek's gone really downhill and Antonio's gone really uphill, and then they swapped again in this Palace game with Soucek doing really well and Antonio a little bit frustrating. But I'll let him off because he's facing Liverpool next, which you would say is hard, but he always scores against Liverpool, so watch out for that. And finally, we have to wrap it up, unfortunately, on a negative, and that is Harry Kane. I mean, he got basically sliced in the challenge with Thiago, and they kind of carried it on to think, okay, we can keep going, it won't affect us. But then he came on back again, and it just didn't sit well with Kane. He wasn't right, and then just as half time approached, it didn't look good. Then in the second half, he gets substituted, and you think, oh dear, this is a bad one. And 3 weeks/2 weeks is not ideal. I mean, you could bench him, just try and save the transfer and not take a hit. But I just don't think that that's going to be the wise thing to do when you've got so many nice fixtures coming up for some teams. just go with it and just make the transfer. But it's literally the worst transfer of all time in FPL. Bring him in for one game, he gets injured, doesn't even play the 60 minutes, and then he has to get out of my team. So yeah, frustrating that one, but you never know. We'll see how that goes, and let's see who we can get in as replacement for Harry Kane. So I've kind of spoiled my transfer plans there a little bit, but I don't really care, to be honest, because you can find out in the actual FPL review of Game Week 21. As I said, the preview is a little bit wrong because I'm going to change it, and I'm not going to necessarily stick to that, but it's going to stay there. But you will find out what I do in Game Week 21. It's a mystery, but I've really there's been so many late changes, and I have to adapt to it, so we're going to see what we do there. But vice captain, 1 pointer, disgusting. But the bench, 6 points for Mendy. As I said, still a good option. Chelsea will just start to consolidate themselves and build from the back with Tuchel in charge. And Smith Rowe, 2-pointer. Hey, we're back with Smith Rowe, and we're back with the video. And Smith Rowe, unfortunate injury, getting taken off on 71 minutes. But he's still a good bench player to have, so keep it in mind. Brewster, 1 point. It's fine, that's all you want from a bench player. The only regret you'd say, other than Kane this game week, Kilman. I mean, when you captain a player and they get 2 points, it's obviously a real shame. But everyone was in the same boat pretty much this week. So, you know, I share the pain, but I can move on. With Kilman, it's a frustrating one because nobody would have known them to keep a clean sheet against Chelsea. So, again, in a way, I'm kind of feeling like I'm in the same boat as a lot of people. They would have benched Kilman. But, yeah, good to see that he's actually playing again, and he's a good option going forward. But whether he consistently gets games and maybe whether he has the fixtures to get those points is another question. But that is my FPL review done for this game week. Now, I might change what I do, but I'm just going to basically let you in on some secrets for my FPL transfers for game week 21. So just finishing quickly, my overall points now is on 1,218. You love to see it. Up to the top 187k, 186,848 to be specific, and it's a 60-point haul, or technically it's 52. And we've actually gone down in a couple of our leagues, but we've gone up in a couple of them as well. So it's a mixed bag, but the main thing is the green arrow. The green arrow is what we like to see, and I've made a total of 24 transfers this season. Some of them successful, like Grealish, some of them not, like Kane. But the main thing is that look at our rise basically. So my game week history, just having a little look at that. So I was on 207,000 after game week 19, and I've gone up to 186,000, which is a massive gain. So I'm happy with that. I really am. And we've still got a few chips available, so we're all good basically. And let's hope so we can get some more big points in game week 21. Now, talking of 21, here's my dilemma, right? So Kane is gone. Kane is gone 2 to 3 weeks. I can't wait that long. It's so much money. 11.2. The issue with transferring him in obviously was a waste of money, but it does mean that I've got now a lot of money in Kane. So when I get rid of Kane, I can literally get whatever forward I want under that price bracket, and then I can upgrade one of my midfielders. Now, the question I've got is, do I take a hit, or do I just make one transfer? Because if I make one transfer, then no hits, and it's quite a nice team. Because you know Kane can go, DCL can come in. I've just spoiled it. Damn. Oh well, you know, at the end of the day, I had to spoil it eventually. But I won't tell you the other one, so I'm keeping quiet on that. But the problem I've got is, if I did get in another player, not saying who I'm replacing or, you know, who I would necessarily get, but there's some options in midfield. The likes of, you know, Maddison, the likes of Gundogan, the likes of Harvey Barnes, the likes of, I don't know, there's so many options. Like, it's really, really difficult. And with me getting rid of Kane, it gives me so much money. So I could literally get anyone at any price. So who knows who I'm going to go for at this point. I could get Mane. I could get, you know, anyone basically for 12.1 million. So it's whether the hit is worth it to get in any midfielder I like. Because Kevin De Bruyne is a player that I probably want to get back for that double game week. I think the double game week is going to be 26, game week 26, but we don't know. So that's my thought process. But right now, my thoughts are going round and round in circles. It's like a hamster on a wheel. It's just, it keeps on going and it's keep on blurring the situation. So I don't really know. But we know one of them because I spoiled it, but we don't know the other. So you'll find it out in the Game Week 21 review. But thanks for watching this Game Week 20 review. Slightly longer than usual, but it's got the content in and got the juicy stuff in. So that's my thought process. Obviously, the injuries recently has really not helped me out, but I'm hoping we can get some more points. And the deadline is tomorrow, so yeah, we got to get very quick with it, basically. Wait, hang on, what? No, hang on. Oh yeah, the deadline's tomorrow. For a second, I thought the deadline was today. Yeah, deadline is tomorrow. I was really scared there. No, it's fine. But yeah, that's my FPL review. Hope you have enjoyed. Smash a like on it, not just for the quality content, and you'll be getting more content very soon, but also, I've just given away my plans, and I don't usually do that, but just for that, smash a like on it, and share with your friends, of course. This FPL season is absolutely crazy, but we're going to try and manoeuvre our way around it and react best to the ups and downs. But thanks for watching. Bye-bye.